Rellt, the Iron Maiden. Posters across Noxus warn of a dangerous criminal armed with a massive, blunted spear and borne atop a magical fiend whose mere existence poses a threat to the safety and security of the entire nation. Even some within the steeled ranks of the Trifarian Legion have begun to worry that they will be sent after her to their almost certain deaths. What kind of monster could be behind such heinous, unchecked destruction? The simple answer is a 16-year-old girl. The complicated one is unforgivable. Rellt was special from the moment of her birth and fated to suffer for it. Born the daughter of a Noxian foot soldier and the heir to a fallen noble house, she enjoyed neither the trappings of wealth nor the gilded upbringing common to children of the lower aristocracy. Nevertheless, her parents had grand plans to mold her into someone who could shatter through Nox's dense political landscape. As Relt's mother always said, excellence is measured in sacrifice. Relt's unhappiness grew with time, sparking something unique within her magic, unlike anything seen in centuries. The ability to manipulate metal. To Relt's parents, this was something to be exploited, for Relt's own sake, of course. And they tried unsuccessfully to apprentice her with many powerful mages who might whisk their daughter into the political or military elite. But someone else took notice of the young girl's magic, seeing in Rellt a weapon who could one day face Noxus' most hated, ancient foe. A certain pale woman visited the family with a dark bargain. Rellt soon found herself the star pupil of a very special academy, hidden far from the capital and away from the council's prying eyes. And though they rarely made appearances in her new boarding school, her mother and father never seemed more proud or more hopeful of their daughter's future. It seemed, at least for a moment, that perhaps Rellt would be loved after all. Then the true horrors began. Rellt was first forced into combat with another student when she was 8, and afterward, a kind of magic sigil was painfully grafted into her arm, amplifying her powers so that she could become even stronger. Yet, while this had been framed as a training exercise, Rellt never saw the boy again. She never saw any of her opponents again. Every day, she grew more powerful, honing her magic for martial combat. Her body became covered with sigils that amplified her magical abilities to impossible heights. In time, she could rip a vein of raw ore from deep out of the ground, twist the walls into deadly weapons, and superheat an opponent's armor until it collapsed and crushed them. But her instructors desired even more from her all, in the hopes that Rellt would be the most powerful soldier the Empire had ever known. On her 16th birthday, after a particularly barbaric duel, she'd finally had enough. Casting her instructors aside, Rellt tore past the guards and ripped open the doors of a forbidden wing of the academy, discovering the true nature of her school. Every opponent she'd defeated had been nullified, their magic forcibly extracted from them and placed into the very sigils covering Relt's body and left as emotionless puppets devoid of memories. This was the price of her power, and she could never give it back. Worst of all was the headmistress, who oversaw the procedures herself, Relt's own mother. All of this had been for Rellt, she said. After all, excellence is measured in sacrifice. Rellt raged. To the small handful of faculty who survived her escape from the academy, it was like the earth had been torn open into a twisting whirlwind of razor-sharp slag. The building ripped itself apart, forming an impenetrable suit of black armor around Rellt as she crushed those who stood before her, flattening seasoned soldiers with a lance heavier than a mountain, bursting through the front gate on a steed made of rippling iron. She led as many of her classmates as she could to freedom leaving, the rows scrambling to recover the null and erase any trace of what their organization had done. But it was far too late. Soon enough, the surviving faculty members began to die in increasingly public ways, and the null could no longer be kept secret. Rellt is now a threat to Noxus, but not in the way the handbills proclaim. She is a self-styled defender of the meek, full of unchecked fury, distrustful of everyone, and merciless toward a government that turned a blind eye to years of suffering and abuse. Not because the Empire was personally responsible, but because they stood by and did nothing. Riding atop her iron steed, Relt's eyes are set on nothing less than the complete destruction of Noxus and saving any children who, like her, survived the Black Rose Academy. And there is nothing in this world that can stop her.